What's going on, everybody? We're gonna review Metro Redux, or Redo, however you want to say it. Now, at first glance, this may come off as your typical dude bro shooter, as a lot of people like to say, but this game surprisingly has a lot of variety, or should I say, these two games. If you want to be stealthy, be stealthy. If you want to go in guns blazing, like yours truly, well, this game or these games give you that option. Now, let me give you a little bit of history. I first played Metro 2033 on the 360. I had it for PC, but I had problems with the PC, so I never got to install it. I played on the 360, didn't like the graphics, didn't like the sluggish controls, and ended up losing interest about 30 minutes into it. So, when I got this, I was surprised by how nice Metro 2033 looks, and what they did was they took all the advancements from Last Light and they put it into 2033. So they really did a good job with this package. But all the footage you're going to see here is from Metro Last Light, just so you know. Metro 2033 suffers from some bugs in the beginning of the game. The character animations, especially when the characters are talking to you, are pretty poor. They're pretty stiff. They don't look too good. They didn't really go above and beyond to fix any of that. Some of the monsters get stuck in walls and stuff like that, and I was kind of disappointed to see that. And I got nervous at first, but the bugs in the beginning of the game do seem to wear as time goes on, and in the middle and in the end, I didn't experience any. Metro Last Light, I'm about halfway through, and I haven't experienced any bugs. Both games look identical. As I said, all the advancements from Metro Last Light went over to 2033, so both games look the same. Both run at a flawless 60 frames per second at 1080p. I've noticed no frame rate drops whatsoever. But that being said, surprisingly enough, there are, wait for it, dead zones on the PS4 controller. The controls with the sensitivity all the way up, which I do play, are still very sluggish, and that's disappointing. But because of the stiff thumbsticks, it is manageable. It is manageable. I think the loose thumbsticks on the 360 or on the Xbox One caused the dead zones to be a little more noticeable. But that being said, for the first 10 minutes, it was aggravating to have the dead zones. I'm still here. Wait for it. I love that. The shotguns in this game are awesome. There is so much variety. There's so much things that immerse you into the experience. There's a watch that you got to check that flashes when the enemies are near. It lets you know when your air is running out. You got to swap your filters. And in Metro 23, even on normal difficulty, is a hard game. It focuses a lot more on the beasts, the monsters that are in the game from the radiation fallout or whatever they're in the game. The games are heavily story-based and both games start out slow, but the action definitely picks up in both games. Metro Last Light focuses a lot more on human combat as opposed to 2033's beast combat. And that's not a bad thing because you're getting two games in one package. Your gunplay is extremely nice. You got to charge your flashlight. You have to charge your like you got a gun that you got to pump up. There's just a lot of things that may seem like annoyances to the casual gamer, but what I find is that they immerse you more into the experience. Having your flashlight drain and having to pump it up, kind of puts you into that experience a little more. Now, having to blast these dudes at close range with two 12 gauge shells, that's it's kind of aggravating, but for the most part, the shotgun blast you saw before on flesh when they're not wearing armor is just so awesome, man. The dudes go flying. And did I mention there's bullet damage? There's bullet damage. If you shoot somebody at close range in their face, there will be a hole, unlike most games are doing today. And I really can't stand that, but I love that Metro does that, and they do it extremely well. Not quite on par with Max Payne 3, but it is done well. You got med packs. You got to take the meds, and a lot of times in the heat of battle, you got to take the meds. This game can be quite challenging. I hate to see what it's like on the hard difficulty, which I have zero intention of playing. The Metro 23 provided more than a decent challenge. It was a challenging game. A lot of times you're running out of ammo and you're running out of air for your mask. But Metro Last Light, that doesn't seem to be a problem. There's this game here is just straight blasting dudes. I've blasted way more dudes than I have monsters. And in Metro 23, as I said, you're just blasting monsters the whole game. But as I said, it's heavily what's the word I'm looking for? It revolves heavy on story. And the story is kind of subpar. But I would say for this package for 50 bucks, it's more than worth it. I have not beat Metro Last Light yet, but I have beat it before. I know what to expect. I haven't played any of the DLC, but it is all included. I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to beating this again. The games are beautiful. They run beautiful. Metro 23 is a bit buggy in the beginning. Story's kind of dull. Gameplay's because of the dead zones. But all in all, it's a solid package. I love the atmosphere in this game. I love the gun sounds. I really like the way it was done, and I don't regret the purchase at all. And I would encourage everybody to buy this game. All right, hope you enjoy the review. I'll holler at you.
We've got to get out of here!